Anyways, hello guys. I can't even say welcome back to another video because I've never even made a video before, but I guess welcome to my ASMR channel. I really don't know what I'm gonna name this channel yet. I've wanted to start a channel since December, but I've never really had the chance to start a channel just because life has been insanely chaotic. But I'm like, you know what, let me just start a channel because it's summer, I'm bored, and honestly I've been thinking about this for the past week. Usually like I have an idea and then in like 1 week it just goes like pew, it just disappears. But this channel is going to be more of a rambling based focused channel, if that makes sense. I know that was a word salad, apologies, but yeah, I'm going to focus more on rambling and having more, I guess, like lo-fi ASMR. I will try to use the Blue Yeti microphone as much as possible because my favorite ASMRist, I might like tag her in the description if I feel like it, I don't know. She has the exact same microphone. She's not like a giant creator, pretty, I would say like, I wouldn't say niche, but like a pretty like small creator. But she's just insanely great. Like her style, the way she carries herself with her videos, it's very unique to me, and it's not just like another person at a microphone being like, hello, well, kind of like talking all slow and then just going and tapping on a glass bottle for 10 minutes. And, you know, no disrespect to those people, get the back, whatever, but it's just not the way I like watching ASMR, because for me, ASMR is something more than just sleep. I put it on in the background for so many different things. You know, if I'm going in, working on a project, I'm gonna put on ASMR in the background. If I'm doing a flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I'm putting on ASMR in the background, you know, while I'm starting up the plane from Golden Dark. Every day I watch ASMR, and I just kind of wanted to make something that could be an outlet for people like me who like this kind of style of ASMR, who wish that there's more types of content like this on the platform. Because like when I look up Whispered Ramble to ASMR, I primarily see a lot of people just same slow, so I just can't, it's like I'm sure the content they're talking about is interesting and they're relaxing, but I just can't with slow people who just talk slow. I really can't. That's not my style. I also apologize if my gain or anything like that is too like jumpy or breathy. We're gonna fix things as we go. If this becomes a thing, I'm not really entirely sure yet. I have a few video ideas planned. Like I want to show you guys my record collection. I will do a video where I just kind of tap on stuff and ramble. Maybe one where like I do ASMR in nature. I don't know. We'll see. But I thought I would just talk about my life, give some facts about myself, a background, general things like that. Yeah, and also I'm not really going to face reveal just because I don't want to get heat for this. I don't know, I don't think anyone who I know would find this channel, but still, it's not something I'm entirely comfortable with yet. I've been very careful about putting my face on the internet and everything like that, just because we're living in such a weird and kind of dangerous age, to the point where people are weird enough to go and like, oh, well, here's this person's face, I'm gonna like put it through an algorithm and look them up and get their address and blah 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 blah, and I just can't, you know. Obviously it's kind of a slippery slope argument there, but it's better to be safe than sorry for me, and I think we should just have boundaries in the digital world. Like, I don't need to know everything. I don't need to know where your house is and all this stuff. So, and people are literally, they'll talk about anything or like do anything. Literally, guys, anything. Like, in the digital So, to start, I'm only really going to give out the state that I live in. I live in Florida. Florida. Florida, 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 Florida. What the hell am I doing? What the hell am I doing, dude? So, Florida right now, very humid, very hot. I try to stay in a lot during the summer, other than, swimming, but honestly, y'all, we don't really have, seasons here. There's still seasonal depression, don't worry, but honestly, I'm starting to cherish the winter and fall months more and hate on the spring and summer, and it wasn't always like this. It's only this year where I've started to like the winter more, if that makes sense, because in 2026, in February, January, oh my god, those 2 months at the time were depressing as hell. But looking back, dude, the world felt so much more quiet and chill, and just everything felt more lax. So I would wake up at 6 a.m., go on my morning walk. I was actually on weight loss during this time, trying to lose weight. Since January, I've lost 50 pounds. This was not like a New Year's resolution or anything. This was just something I wanted to do, because in December, my friend had called out to me. We caught up, and he was like, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm being honest. He said it in a very polite way, that he had noticed that I had gained a lot of weight since I last spoken to him in May, and I'm like, yeah, no, I agree. I haven't really paid attention. I kind of let myself go, and I still looked very decent despite the weight gain, but oh my god, I feel so much better. 50 pounds down. There's definitely still a lot to go. There's definitely still some weight on me. I think I'm 159 now, which is pretty average for my age, but I think I just want to keep cutting down and, get to a point where I'm very comfortable with my body. Right now, I would say I'm insecure in some ways, but very confident in other ways. Everyone has their own flaws, and especially with this new, these social media trends and societal expectations, shit is literally a nightmare, guys. It's insane. You can't enjoy yourself at all. I took AP psychology. I actually finished it this year, but we learned about something called the halo effect, and I see so many people misinterpret this on TikTok. But basically, when someone is liked, liked or attractive or anything like that, their view generally is more smart or have a more positive effect. That's why they call it the halo effect. If you have traits that are likable to a general extent of people, if I'm very attractive, or if I'm a celebrity, people are generally not going to judge everything that you do. I've seen this duality so much in social media. I had seen a video. There's actually I'll see videos of bigger people eating food, and then a skinny person in the comments are night and day, and the bigger person will be eating healthier, and they'll be attacking the bigger person. Or I see people weight loss creators hi, I'm documenting my weight loss journey, I've lost 400 pounds, and they have in their bio fitness instructor, and then people be oh my god, you're not a fitness instructor, you're do this or that to be a fitness instructor. And it's dude, they're not trying to be act like they know it all. They're genuinely just documenting their weight loss journey, and honestly, they could probably get better advice than most people on something like that, because they've lost hundreds of pounds. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that in the background. There's like my AC is running, not my room AC, the AC in my house. So I actually turned the AC in my room off because it was just so loud and I couldn't like hear my mic input. Sorry for the yawn. It's 3:01 a.m. I should go to bed. I plan to probably after this video. My sleep schedule is just so insane right now. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've never really had a consistent sleep schedule. There's always something that like makes me get off of it, and it causes me to have really, really like, I wouldn't say bad eye bags, but like moderate darkness near my eyes, and like this purplish kind of look. Far away, it barely looks like anything, but close up, oh my god. Ever since the 3rd grade, I've had these like sleep issues. My parents didn't really moderate my device usage. When I was a kid, you know, I had unrestricted internet access, and that's horrible. And sometimes I'll go, and when I'm mad at the world or something, I'll go and blame my parents for some of the faults that I have. Not necessarily the faults, but like, I'll be like, why the hell am I like this? And I'll be like, this is honestly my parents' fault. And while I do believe it's their fault because it was their responsibility to take charge of me, like, hey, we need to set some boundaries, there's nothing I can really do about it now. At a point, in my neighborhood, I have like kids who are like, I would say like 11 and 12 who are my neighbors. I don't really interact with them that much, but I've like considered contacting the parents and just giving them a bit of like a precursor, like a warning or something, of just setting boundaries so they can save themselves and their child so many issues down the road and so much insecurity. But I never done that because I'm just like, it comes off way too cocky and kind of pretentious, and like, who the hell am I, a literal 18-year-old, to go and like tell off people, or like tell people how to raise their kids? Like, that's not really my thing. I don't think I'm qualified for that at all. I've only held a baby like once, and it was one of my relatives' babies, and it was back in like 2022, and I was in the 8th grade. Sorry, I didn't mute the mic to cough. Actually, let's get a drink of water. Oh my god. 6 AP courses. I took AP Biology, AP Psychology, AP Statistics, AP Lang, AP Comp Sci, and AP Macro. I'm trying to think if I missed any. I took AP Physics 1 as well, but I dropped out of that in a month because it's not necessarily like the content was hard, but I was not practicing anything. My teacher was barely available. The head teacher was super toxic. It was just not a good experience. And I do online school because in Florida we have an online school program. So that's what I was doing. I still am doing it. My situation though with it is kind of weird. I don't do online school because I have like an injury or anything like that. I just kind of switched after COVID, and I've kind of preferred it over going in every day. I like the comfort of my home, and plus I think teenagers today, I think a lot of them have good in their heart, but it's just a lot to deal with. It's just insane to deal with these people on a daily basis. Like, there's so much fatigue involved, and especially with my sleep schedule, I'd probably be failing everything right now. I'm currently putting this bottle cap over the microphone, trying to create some tingles. I'm not really that big into sports either. I've been watching the World Cup. I actually love the World Cup. I'm rooting for Netherlands and Brazil. But if the Netherlands and Brazil ever have to face off, I gotta go with Brazil, man. And people are like, oh, well, you're from the US. Why won't you root for the US? It's not even like a political thing for me. It's more so just I don't really feel anything watching the US as much as I do watching Brazil or the Netherlands. I feel so much more passionate watching the Netherlands. And me and my friend is actually from Brazil, so me and him will go and talk about the Brazilian national team and everything to do with Brazil, and we just get so passionate about it. And I'd rather be passionate about a country like that than, be like disinterested in my own country and just lie about it. I don't think there's really any rules to watching the World Cup. I try to root for the underdogs as much as possible, unless it's a country that it's likable, at least to me. Like, for example, in the Canada versus Bosnia game, I was rooting for Canada just because, I've been to Canada. I think it's a cool country. I've been to Toronto in Canada, specifically the Burlington area. It's this nice little lake town. It has this bridge, and yeah, it's pretty busy, and a waterfront. Like, I wouldn't say a river walk, more so like a lake walk. This pathway on Lake Ontario. Gotta give you all the right ear stimulation, So, when I had went to try, actually went this May for a couple of days, it was pretty nice. I didn't really do much there. I kind of just got dragged along on this. I wouldn't call it a vacation or anything of the sort. But I enjoyed it. Okay. I would walk like 6 miles probably daily there. I'd walk so much because the walking path and I don't know, it just felt a lot more walkable downtown, and it was pretty cool to just explore everything and see everything, and it wasn't insanely hot out like in Florida. So I enjoyed it. Now I'm back and I barely walk anymore. Walking is like the thing that carried my weight loss journey, you guys. I'm a picky eater, so I don't really even eat like myself and my routine and walking. I get my 10K steps a day. That's definitely an integral part of it. And then eating the meals at a specific time, because hunger and timing is everything. Because if I'm hungry and I'm bored, oh my god, it's like lately it's been just like horrible. I'll wake up later in the day because of the sleep schedule. I'll have dinner, and it's not like an unhealthy dinner. It's a pretty like decent dinner. Then, oh my god, and then after the dinner, I will go and I'll be like, oh, I'm not hungry. And then by like midnight, I'm literally the hungriest person on the planet. And so I go into my pantry and I'll just snack and snack and snack. And I think it's because of my sleep schedule combined with just the feeling of being bored. So it sucks, but I gotta fix the sleep schedule. And that's what's probably going to happen today. To be honest with y'all, I'm probably going to go. Here's what's gonna happen. After this video is done, I'm going to go to bed. I'm gonna wake up at maybe 11 a.m., which is fine for me in the summer. Usually if I was in school, I would be waking up at, like 9 a.m., 8 a.m., 8 a.m. usually for school. That's when you wake up at 8 a.m. for online school? Yes, I do. Just because I gotta get all these stuff done in the morning, workout-wise, walking-wise, taking my supplements, making the breakfast, everything like that. I only take 3 supplements. I take a vitamin supplement, omega-3, fish oil, and potassium bicarbonate supplement, just to go and help me with that sodium to potassium ratio. And wow, honestly, I haven't really noticed, I will lose a whole pound if I debloat my face with the potassium and everything. It definitely does work, but it can only go so far depending on your body fat percentage. And I'm kind of at that point where right now, if I worked out and I was very consistent, I think there would genuinely be a difference. But for the past few months, the weight loss hasn't been that different because I had such a high body fat percentage already. I went from 201 pounds to my 159. I actually went from 210. So it was very hard, and I'm going to not sugarcoat it, you guys. This weight loss journey has been literally so hard. It's been nothing but difficult, but honestly, I found my path. I found the things that work. I found the things that don't work. And I can guarantee to you guys that, jumping right into it and just going full hardcore will not work. No, you don't need to fast for a week. No, you don't need an insane workout routine. You just need to do, basic workouts that you can kind of get used to for like a month. Just a month, No, you don't need to walk 1 billion miles every day. Just go and do like 1 lap around, like a couple blocks, like 3 blocks. Start small, start manageable. When things feel easy, you want them to feel easy, and then when they kind of get old, start experimenting, start going a bit, go 1 more block down, start doubling, start walking 2 times a day, start increasing the reps, not even the reps, start increasing the sets, start increasing the weight in which you're lifting. If you're just doing general cardio on the treadmill, which, to be honest, I don't really use my treadmill that much. I have a home gym. I have a bench press. I have weights like dumbbells. I have this yoga ball, which I'll use sometimes for that. Honestly, I'm not really that much into bodybuilding. I don't really care to bodybuild. I just honestly care to lose weight and strength train. Do some resistance training. And with that, I obviously need to hit the protein goal, and I have not been the best at that. I'm taking accountability where it is. But this health thing and because it's something you generally enjoy and you love, and it can be a mix of both, definitely. But lately, especially with social media, I will see more and more people just be like, I don't know, everything's labeled, everything's deduced to a label, and people strip away their individuality and their uniqueness for bodybuilding, in the sense that they'll just hop on a trend, like, okay guys, we're gonna go and get these like peptide supplements and get on steroids, and I will literally see 14-year-olds, literal 14-year-olds, just go and be on steroids, and it's like, well, yeah, dude, you definitely look muscular, there's no doubt about it, and that's cool and all, but is it really worth it, the steroids? Because obviously with the hormonal imbalance of puberty, you're already probably going to have enough acne, but with the steroids, it's going to make it even worse. And then on top of that, steroids have not been known to be something healthy in the long run for people. That's just general knowledge, I guess. I'm not really trying to speak on it as an expert. I don't really have many facts or statistics to bring up. This is an ASMR channel, not, a debate channel. So I'm not trying to, go into a whole different debate, but yeah, I guess. I don't know. Another interesting thing, back to the academics. So, and by the way, this is probably the last thing I'm talking about. I think this video is going to be 35 minutes long. I'm sorry it's so long, dude. Maybe I'll just end it here. Maybe I just need to shut up. It doesn't even feel like it's been 30 minutes. What the hell? It's been 30 minutes, dude. I've been sitting here for 30 minutes talking in a microphone. Nothing has happened, you guys. What am I doing? I can't. Maybe next video we'll do an ASMR record collection. But I'll record it on my phone and hold the microphone so I can give you guys the back view, because on the laptop I don't feel like I would be doing it justice. I'm going to say my music taste is definitely, I wouldn't say all over the place. I know what I like, I know what I don't like. I've gotten more comfortable with my music taste. It's folk, indie, there's been a hyper pop in there, folktronica, electronic music, not traditionally electronic, alternative kind of, Underscores, which I started listening to Underscores. I listened to her back in April 2025. April is actually, it's funny because Underscores name is April Harper Gray, and I listened to her in April. That's when I started listening to her. I listened to her folk kind of folk concept album, Wall Socket. It's this really cool experimental album about this fictional town in Michigan and everything that kind of happens there. It's very quirky. Favorite songs off that one are Cops and Robbers, Locals, You Don't Even Know Who I Am, and oh my god, how am I forgetting that one song? Uncanny Long Arms. Uncanny Long Arms, I used to hate it, but honestly now I love the song. It's such a great song, and it has Jane Remover. That's another artist who I like. I started listening to Jane back in maybe I think near February or probably March 2025. I started listening to Jane, and it's funny because I actually got into all of them because of Quedeca. I've been a long time fan of Quedeca. I've been listening since 2019, dude. I found it from the YouTube Insecure diss track on KSI. I was there for the Voice Memos album, and the For Me to You rollout. Then I kind of stopped being a fan as I got more into just rap music, I guess. And then I was on a vacation in Tennessee, and it was my final night there before I had left. And it was midnight, and I'm in my bed in my Spotify scrolling, and I remember Quedeca, and I look him up, and I look at his Spotify, and I I see all this brand new music and I'm like, holy shit. Excuse my cussing, guys, but oh my god, it was insane. So I listened to the album Scrapyard on the 16-hour drive home from Tennessee, and it was glorious. I mainly listened, even if I tried, and Guess Who on it first, because that's what, felt very palatable to me. And then I got more into Pretty Privilege and A La Carte and Easier. I really grew into this new shell of music taste, and I'm so proud of it. Jordy Creep, my goat. Honestly, Quedeca's my goat, my number one goat. I went to the Quedeca show in Salt Lake City back in October 2025. Dude, I met him, and it was so awkward. We had a meet and greet, and I was like, dude, the drums on Waging War, which was my favorite song off of his new concept album, Vanisher Horizon Scraper. The drum break on it was insane, so I just kind of complimented that, got a photo, then walked away very anxiously because it felt so goddamn surreal and weird. I don't know, it felt so parasocial. I met a lot of cool people at that show. I honestly wasn't expecting it to be very positive. Everyone was pretty lit though. It was a chill vibe. Fear Dorian was the opener. I listened to his music. I like his production style. I really enjoy his album, Fear Dorian, just the self-titled album. I enjoy the Out the Past with the Window. I enjoy Leaving Home. I enjoy Before You Press Play as well by Fear Dorian. That's the album with Gwen that he had collaborated on with Gwen. So him and her collaborated on that album, and no disrespect to Gwen, but I just don't like her vocal delivery style, if that makes sense. The auto-tune is too much for me. I like Dorian's rapping a lot. I like the way he flows. And yeah, I've also gotten to Edward Skeletrix lately, but I've honestly just kind of lost interest. It's too experimental for me. Not necessarily saying the art is bad, but it's just not my thing. What the hell else? I'm trying to think here. I honestly think that's where I'm going to wrap it up. It's 35 minutes long, this yap session. It's definitely been a video. But I'll talk to you guys